I'm voting for John Buckley because I am sick and tired of the gridlock that goes on in Washington, D.C. between the Democrats and the Republicans.
I'm voting for John Buckley because of his strong support for the Second Amendment. The other candidates just don't measure up.
I'd really like to see the government become less and less a part of my life. That's why I'm voting for John Buckley.
I met John Buckley today at an event, and it's really nice to have another alternative to the usual politics. He's not running on that. It's all about coal and all about Obama. He's got other things to talk about, live and let live. He's just open to ideas. He's open to what the people want to hear.
I'm voting for John Buckley because I'm a small business owner, and John Buckley is for small government. The more government gets out of our way, the more we can employ, the more product we can make for the consumers, and the better our overall economy will be. Small businesses make up a large part of our economy, and I think that John Buckley will represent us and stay out of our way, really.
I'm voting for John Buckley because voting for the lesser of two evils is still voting for an evil. Somebody I can believe in.
I'm voting for John Buckley. I believe in small government because government as we know it today is trying to control our lives. It's controlling right down to what we do in our own homes, and that's a travesty. What we need is personal freedom, freedom to choose things that don't hurt other people, but that we choose for our own lives. And if you don't vote Libertarian today, folks, you're going to wish you had in 20 or 30 years because you won't have a chance to vote.
Tired of all the crooks and politicians that we have in Washington that kowtow to the lobbying interests. I think we need a third party in there. We need a new choice. We need someone that will stand up for our rights and not just pass laws because my buddy has more money.
I'm voting for John Buckley because he supports medical marijuana for the seriously ill patients of West Virginia.
I'm going to vote for John Buckley, U.S. Senate, West Virginia, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results. John Buckley, U.S. Senate.
I'm voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate, as the other two parties have completely failed us, and I'm getting tired of them sending our kids over to die in needless wars.
Hi, I'm voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate because he's a libertarian and he believes in changing the state of West Virginia in ways that, let's face it, Democrats and Republicans aren't thinking about.
Less taxes, freedom of speech, right to bear arms, freedom of religion.
I'm voting for John Buckley because it's time for a change.
I'm voting for John Buckley because I'm fiscally conservative and I'm socially liberal, and I didn't think there was a place for me. The Libertarian Party provides a place.
For John Buckley for Senate. I like his morals. He's a great candidate, and please support him.
Hi, I'm voting for John Buckley because I think his ideals would change not only this state, but also this country.
So in this election on November 4th, I'm voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate.
I'm voting for John Buckley, U.S. Senate.
I'm voting for John Buckley for Senate.
I'm voting for John Buckley.
I'm voting for John Buckley because it's time for a change.
That's why I'm voting for John Buckley.
So my candidate is definitely John Buckley.
I'm voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate.
I'm voting for John Buckley.
I'm voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate.
The current two-party system has a proven track record of corruption and incompetence. On November 4th, I'm voting for John Buckley to bring real change to Washington. Vote Libertarian November 4th.
We're voting for John Buckley for U.S. Senate.
I hope you'll vote for John Buckley, the Libertarian for United States Senate. I approve this message because I want real change in Washington, D.C.